Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel. And one thing that is interesting, somebody was mentioning that I think is last week, and I was looking at the stat counter numbers. So we always look at the stat counter numbers for Windows, but we rarely look at the stat number for desktop operating systems because a lot of people are asking me, where's Chromebooks in there? Where's Macs? Where's Linux? Where's all of that? So here's the stat counter numbers for desktop operating systems. So of course Windows dominates. That's not surprising at 69.5%. What's interesting is if we look at like a year ago, July, August, Windows was 74. So it did lose roughly 5% in a year, which is interesting. And if you look at what is actually gaining momentum is the Mac OS. So if we look at Mac OS last year in August, 14.3, and we're at 20, we can kind of say that there's a 5% drop in Windows, but there was a 5% increase in Mac. So there is, and it seems there is some moving around to Mac computers. Are general consumers moving to a Mac rather than Windows, or is it some other phenomenon like maybe schools buying Macs? That environment has often been Mac, so kind of interesting. We know that the sales of M1, the new M1, M2 chips, the new Macs that have these new chips, have actually been pretty good because people are moving on to the newer technology. But that is interesting to see that Mac OS is gaining momentum. Could the Windows 11, Windows 10, Windows 11, with the new the minimum requirements? Also, another thing that I often hear is like there's a lot of negativity about Windows 11, where there shouldn't be because it's a good operating system. People that say it's bad, it freezes, it's slow. Check your PCs because it's not bad and it doesn't freeze and it's not slow. I have it on all of my PCs, works great. Most people are happy with Windows 11. But there's a lot of negativity out there, and a lot of it, I think, mostly coming from people that are unhappy that their minimum requirements is preventing them to move on. So, the negativity around all of that could be pushing some users to Mac. Keep in mind, Mac have their own problems too. But it's a perception, and people have their own perceptions of things, depending on what people say and so on. But it is interesting. Mac at 20%, we haven't never seen that before. So that is good. But in a note to remember, we see that Mac has increased. So you might think, oh, well, the PC market is going down, but Macs are going up. They're not. The PC market is going down, and Mac computers also. The Mac computers are slowing less than PCs with Windows, but there's a decline in Mac sales. There's a pretty big decline in Mac sales over the last 2 years. So yes, they are also affected. It's just that the exchange of OS is different. So more people on Mac. But once again, like I said, Mac sales are down also. So Apple is also, having a problem with that. The rest is unknown. Chrome OS is not gaining, and actually Chrome, if we look at PC sales going down, Chromebooks are declining at a faster rate than Windows and Mac PCs, meaning that people have kind of gone to Chrome OS, but now it's kind of not a thing. Stays really stagnant at 3%. Linux at 3.13, which is its range from 2.5 to 3 to 3.5. It's always been in there. Might be a little bit increased, but there's no mass movement to Linux. It ain't happening. Linux is in desktop OS pretty much going to stay at 2 or 3. It's always been going up and down between 2 and 3. It's pretty much the numbers we have, and of course. Unknown 3.7 is probably, I don't know what it is exactly, but it's probably variants that it's impossible for the online services or the servers to actually identify, but kind of interesting. So that's the numbers, but it is interesting to see that there's definitely an increase in Mac computers out there. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.